Hi everyone, Kiana here, and today I'm just going to be sharing with you some tips and tricks of how to get the perfect brow or something close to a perfect brow. First, I'm going to talk about my brows in general. So back in December 2012, which is about a year ago if you don't count this month, I've been filling in my brows and I've been trying to find the perfect product for my brows. It took me a year to get the brow that I wanted. And personally, it depends on you and it depends on how you want to shape your brow, but this is just something I wanted to share with you guys on how I do my brows. So if you're not really that gutsy about shaping your own brows the first time, I know my first time I tried to do it and I messed up really bad, so I had to grow in my hairs. The second time I went to an actual salon to get my brows done, and I got mine done at Master Cuts only because it was really cheap and I could only afford that at that time. They do pretty good on your brows and they shape it pretty well. I just personally like Master Cuts because I've been going there for about 2 to 3 years. Over the year that I tried to fill in my brows and find the right product for me, I kind of switched between products and I'm going to share it with you guys today. First, I want to share with you guys the products you need, and these are most important in shaping and filling in your brows. You'll need tweezers. The first one is, I've been using this for quite a while and it's the brand Trim. Found this at Walmart. Just looks like this. And I also got this in my Ipsy Glam bag and it's the Anastasia brow tweezer, which looks like this. It's the sample size one. Next, you need manicure scissors, and I used to have manicure scissors. I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared out of nowhere. But sometimes I use the Japanese hair scissors. I'll insert a picture or something if I find it on the internet. Thirdly, you need a brow brush with powder, or you need pencil for the actual filling in of the brows. I started off using this NYX eyeshadow right here, and it's just an eyeshadow. Yes, you can use eyeshadow for your brows. So I used this first, but I switched between these two and tried to find the right color, and then this one was the perfect one for me. I used this brush right here, and it's good to use an angled brush. This is the small one from Wet n Wild. It just looks like this. I recommend using an angled brush. And then I've actually been switching with this one, the actual eyebrow cake powder, which is in black gray, and this was a horrible product for me. It actually wasn't the right color for me, but these are the colors right here, and it actually looked more gray on me than anything, and it was really dark, so I kind of put this to the side. For pencils, I actually have two from my Ipsy Glam bag, and it's the Anastasia brow pencil. And then I have the Victoria Jackson, which I did not open up. I know there's a lot of brow pencils out there that you can get for cheap. You can start off with that. Your brows don't have to be perfect the first time. It's always trial and error. And personally, I like the Anastasia one. I think most YouTubers would agree with that. Next, you would have to need a groomer. So something that looks like this kind of groomer. I use this to put my brows into place, or I'll show you what I use this for later on. And then, most importantly but last, you need a mirror. I got this from Longs. It's the CVS brand. You also need a brow gel to keep your brows in place, and my first brow gel that I ever used was the e.l.f. one, and it looks like this. It's just the clear eyebrow and then the clear mascara at the end. I also got the Anastasia brow gel in my Ipsy Glam bag, but I don't have it anymore because I use it all, but that one is the best product that I've ever used for my brows to keep it in place. I showed you the different types, which are the brow powder, brow pencil, and there's also a third one which is called the tinting brow gel. Alright, first step to getting your perfect brow is to trim your wild hairs. Grab your mirror, your tweezers, or manicure scissors, which is actually recommended more when doing this step first, and your brow brush or groomer. You brush your hairs up like this, And when you look at yourself in the mirror, you should actually see some hairs that naturally poke out when you do this. So you want to actually trim those hairs. Second step is to find your starting point. Take your brow brush or your tweezers, doesn't matter what you use, they both work perfectly fine. Then you take I'm taking my brow brush or groomer and I'm putting it against my nose and then to my eye, right here, to the end of my eye, and that should be your starting point. Third, you need to find your arc, and how to do that is you place your brow brush or tweezer at the end of your lips, which is right here, to the end of your iris. That is where your arc should be. Lastly, you need an endpoint. To find your endpoint, you need to take your brow brush or brow groomer or your tweezer, and you're gonna place it by your nostril and to the outer edge of your eye, and that's where your ending point should be. So some other tips to get a perfect brow is to wet your eyebrow hairs or moisturize it. And I use my lotion to moisturize my eyebrow hairs, and I use the Equate Advanced Skin Therapy Moisturizing Lotion for extra dry skin because I get extra dry skin, but I use this for my brows also. You can also, right after you get out of the shower, you can also tweeze your eyebrows. It's best that your eyebrows are wet when you pluck it or shape it because the hair follicles will be more open, and that means your hair or the pain that you get will be less. You should also use a white eyeliner if this is your first time doing your brows or shaping your brows, because it will act as a guide for you. And if you're still not comfortable with shaping your brows or plucking your brows for the first time, you should always go to your local salon. So another helpful tip is for blondes or people with lighter hair, you should always go a shade or two darker for filling in your brows. For brunettes, you actually go the opposite, which is a shade lighter or 2 shades lighter than your hair. And you should always pluck the way your hair naturally is. That will even minimize the pain as well. And to clean up the edges around your brow, when you're actually filling in your brow and you're doing full makeup, then you should always use a concealer or highlighter to highlight your brows or clean up the edges around. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please post comments down below of some tips you have for brows or getting that perfect brow, and I'll talk to you guys later. Stay beautiful. Bye.